Welcome everyone. Are you tired of scrolling through endless tutorials and software trying to figure out how to make your YouTube channel stand out? I have been there. I feel your pain. So today I'm going to show you the 4 tools that I'm currently using to simplify my video making process. Not only do they help me make videos easier and faster, but they also make the whole process so much simpler so that you're more likely to get those videos out there. So welcome everybody, and let's start talking about the 4 tools that I am loving right now. So I'm going to head on over to the chat as you guys are coming in. Say hello, tell me where you are from. I always love seeing where people are from all over the world as we do these live streams. I'm going to be doing my 5-day tutorial boot camp next week, talking all about how to use YouTube as a way to get more business. Get more clients, not necessarily just a way to go viral and increase your brand awareness and make videos that get a ton of views. Yes, that's awesome. But what's the goal? The goal is to get a ton of views that bring you actual paying clients. And the longer I make YouTube videos, the more tools I stumble across that I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I never know that this was out there before? Or thank goodness somebody finally invented this, right? Hey, Doug, thanks for joining me. So I thought I would talk about the 4 tools that I am currently using that have definitely made this all not only simpler, easier, and faster, but they also help my videos perform better. So without further ado, let's jump in to the 4 tools that I am currently using that I am loving. All right. So why am I not advancing my slides? One moment, please. Okay, did that work? There we go. So the tools that I am currently using, Tubebuddy is number 1. You have heard me talk about Tubebuddy before. I know that Tubebuddy is very familiar to a lot of you. However, I also know that a lot of people use it, but they don't really use it. You know what I'm saying? They have it, but they don't really understand all of the features that it has. And so they have it, but they're not making good use out of it. So, hey, Shauna, thanks for joining. So let's talk about some of the things that Tubebuddy will do for you that I think are totally amazing. Number 1 is A/B testing. Oh, you guys, to be able to split test your title or your thumbnail is huge. So here's an example. This was a video that an agent on my team made about a year and a half ago now. And we came up with 2 different thumbnail concepts. And I made the one with the flames, and my editor made the one that said busted. I was convinced in my own head the one with the flames was going to go like wildfire. I was convinced that that was going to be the one to do. So you upload your video to YouTube, then you go into Tubebuddy and you upload a variation, either a different title or a different thumbnail. And I uploaded the second thumbnail. And I said, run this for X number of days. It can be any length of time you want, but it has to be an even number. So it could be 2 days, 4 days, 30 days, 60 days, or just until statistically significant. I stumble over that every time I say it. Statistically significant, meaning it has gathered enough data that it knows the answer, even if it hasn't been the entire length of time yet. And what I found was that the one that said busted completely outperformed the one with the flames. And you can see on the little graphs here how much of a difference it made. So it did better. The number of views was better. The number of clicks was better. The watch time was better. It showed up in search. It showed up in suggested. It showed up in browse more often. Everything about, and it was the same video. The only thing that was different, literally the only thing that we changed was the thumbnail. So look at the pie chart. Oh gosh, it's so small. I can't see what it says without my glasses on, but the pie chart that shows 3-to-1 performance just by changing the thumbnail. Now, if I hadn't run that A/B test, I would have never known, right? So the only way you'll get this data is if you do it and you do the A/B testing, and you can do this with every single video. You could do this and say, okay, the busted thumbnail clearly outperformed the first one. Now let's end it and start another A/B test. And maybe this time you upload a third thumbnail and say, now we're going to compare the winner of the last test to the new thumbnail. Or let's use this thumbnail since we know it's working. Let's try changing the title a little bit. And if the original is working well, then you just end the split test and you stick with the original. But if the variation is working better, you can always go to the variation and say, okay, that's the one. We're going to use this one going forward. I love Tubebuddy for the A/B testing. This is another great feature that it has. It's called promo materials. And people don't really know about this and use it very much. Maybe they think it's not a big deal. I think it's a big deal. So if you have a website and you want to embed your YouTube videos on your website, there is a link for most recent upload. And if you go to your website and where you would put in a video, you can put in this code that says, put in the most recent upload from my channel. This way, every time you upload a new video to YouTube, it gets auto-populated to your website. You do not have to manually go do this. You do not have to upload a video once a week and then go to your website and switch it out with the most recent video. It will happen for you automatically. This is huge because now you constantly have new information on your website. And listen, I get it. I am just like you guys. Nobody wants to be on their website creating content every single week with new videos and new blogs and new articles and new community pages and all of the things. So what if you just put in this automatically update it with the most recent upload embed code, and now it will happen automatically. So I don't have to do anything with it at all. I think this is huge. I really like it. How many of you guys have your own website? Tell me in the comments if you have a website. Okay, then the next one is a feature called Click Magnet. This one will let you go in and see which videos of yours on your channel are the top performers, not just in terms of I log into YouTube Studio and I go to my analytics section and it shows me the top 10 most watched videos in the last 28 days. This goes further than that. It's like all of the videos across your channel, which ones are doing the best and why. And it will show us things such as the number of impressions that it gets. So how many times did YouTube put it out in front of lots and lots and lots of people? This one for unboxing Tidy Island, it looks like it had 23,000 impressions. And then how many times did people click on it to watch it? So it showed up on my phone as an option. How many times did I actually click on it to watch it? That's the click-through rate. It tells us how much of the video they watched. So it showed up on their homepage. They decided to watch it. Did they watch it, for the first minute or two? Did they watch it halfway? Did they watch it all the way to the end? It's telling you all of this really great data. And it's showing you, like, if I want to rank in search, these are the videos that are showing up in search results most often. If I want to rank in browse or suggested, these are the videos that are showing up most. In order for you to rank on a viewer's homepage, so I am the viewer. I log on to YouTube. Everything that's on my homepage, that is the YouTube algorithm saying, we think you're going to like these videos. Why don't you pick one and watch it and tell us what you think? That's huge. That really gets your video out in front of more people than ever before, than ever just ranking in search results. And you want to know which of your videos are showing up in browse. Why? Why are those videos of all of the videos on your channel being suggested to more people on their homepage? You want to know which videos those are and then try to figure out why. Why are they doing that? What about this video was so interesting that the algorithms decided we should put this in front of more people? So I think Tubebuddy is an indispensable tool to use, and they were kind enough to give me a discount code that I could share with you guys. So if you're not yet using it, you can go to tubebuddy.com/friends of Karen. And if you put in the promo code KarenBuddy20, you'll get 20% off of any of the plans that you choose. They do have a free plan, and I started on the free plan myself. I probably used the free plan for 6 to 12 months before I finally coughed up money for a paid plan. Any plan is better than no plan at all. But if you're going to be able to save money and get a big discount, you might go for a higher level than what you would normally try. So definitely take advantage of the coupon code if you are thinking of trying out Tubebuddy for the first time. All right, let's see what questions we have. Love Katie's thumbnails. I know. Katie was an agent on my team, and she was so known for making these like over-the-top facial expressions that our editor would just take screen grabs from the video and send it to her. And he's like, here's your next thumbnail. And she was mortified, like, please don't put that out there. But I'm telling you, people clicked on her videos because of the crazy faces she made on her thumbnails. It was pretty awesome. Web, yes. Oh, good. I'm glad you have a website, Doug. That's awesome. Yeah, if anybody wants to try Tubebuddy and they never have before, I highly encourage you to do it. It has so many great features. You will not be sad for trying it. Okay, let's go on to my next favorite tool. The next one is VidIQ. VidIQ is a competitor of Tubebuddy's. They have a lot of overlap, but they also have some features that are completely different. So Tubebuddy has features that VidIQ does not have and vice versa. For example, VidIQ does not have A/B testing. So that to me is indispensable and is why I have Tubebuddy. But VidIQ has some really cool AI tools that they're rolling out right now. So one of those is called Daily Ideas. So if you tell VidIQ, this is what my channel is about, this is what I talk about in my videos, this is the type of viewer that I am trying to reach with my videos, then VidIQ will say, okay, we're going to let our AI tool come up with some sample video topics for you on a daily basis. So when I said Savannah, Georgia real estate is my general theme of my channel, and I could definitely go much more specific than that, but in this example, that's what I chose as my overarching channel theme. These were some of the ideas that it came up with of videos that I could make that it says, if you make a video with this title, there's a high chance it's going to get a lot of views. So very high, high, medium, and low. And you'll go down this list and you could say, okay, do I want to make a video called Dream Home Hunting? How much will this house cost? Okay, I could make a video on that. And I would hit the little heart to save it to my list. And if I'm like, no, I would never make a video like that, then I would just hit the red X. It will say, okay, got it. You did not like that topic. I'm not going to suggest more video topics like that to you in the future. The more hearts you get, the more it's going to show you similar ideas. And then you have a list of my saved ideas. So when it's time to film, you can just pull up this list and say, these are all of the ideas that VidIQ gave me that I really liked that I could make a video about. So I think that this daily ideas feature is pretty cool. Then they have an AI tool where you can just say, help me make my channel better. And it's got all different types of prompts. You can say, based on my channel, what video ideas do you have for me? It has some prompts such as, gosh, I really need to make this bigger. Put my glasses on. How do I get more views? Can you audit my channel? Give me 5 video ideas about, and then you type in your topic idea. Which of my videos have the highest engagement? How are my views and average view duration? How can I increase my channel's subscriber count? How can I write a better opening hook? What are some examples of opening hooks? What are some strategies to increase your audience retention? So I typed this one in this morning just so I would have a screenshot for this presentation. And these are not, rocket science. These are not like, oh gosh, I wish that would have occurred to me. Hook viewers at the beginning. Okay, pretty obvious. Create valuable, engaging content. Okay, pretty obvious. But then it said optimize your video length, which I thought was very interesting. Mostly I make the length of my videos based on what I think will perform best on YouTube. But this was saying pay attention to the length of your videos, analyze your audience retention metrics to see where do people tend to drop off. If you tend to see a significant drop off over and over again at a specific time, you could consider making the video shorter than that or trying to do something different at that point in the video to keep them watching longer. So I thought that was a very interesting suggestion from VidIQ. And then channel audit. This one's pretty cool too. It will tell you the content you are currently making that is resonating with your audience that you should really double down on. You made this video, it did above average. Maybe it really took off like a rocket on your channel. You should make more content like this. And we talk about this in my community all the time. In fact, I had a coaching call yesterday with my students where I was asking people about their analytics. And a lot of times people will have a video that takes off and they're so happy about it, but they don't make a follow-up video to it. If you have a video that's doing really, really, really well, you should make a follow-up video, right? Your audience is telling you that they enjoy this content, and it's not just your method of filming, because I'm assuming you're doing that on all of your videos. It was something about this particular video topic that really grabbed their attention and is making it perform super well on your channel. Go make more like this. So when it says VPH, it means views per hour. How many views are you getting per hour on these particular videos? And unless you really sit down and look at this, you don't know. Like, you don't know that, oh my gosh, when I made this video, it brought me the most new subscribers. That's a huge signal to you, right? If you make this video and a ton of people hit the subscribe button after they watched it, that means they liked your content. You should definitely go make more videos like this. So those are the features that I am using on a pretty regular basis, daily, at least 3 or 4 times a week, to analyze what's going well on my channel and where do I have a chance to improve. So if you want to try VidIQ, super easy, vidiq.com/Karen Carr. Unfortunately, I don't have a discount code for this one, but definitely try it if you are trying to see which one you might like better, VidIQ versus Tubebuddy. Again, I use both. So I am using the Legend plan with Tubebuddy, and I'm using the Boost plan with VidIQ. And even though there is some overlap, I feel comfortable paying for both because I get different features and different information from both, and both are so worthwhile that I am okay doing that. All right, let me see if I have any questions before I move on. Hey, y'all. Living in Fort Lauderdale, sometimes I see no difference. How often do you change the title? Well, I would do an A/B test and I would let it run for, I typically do 2 weeks. Like, I want it to run long enough that I have a chance to really gather some interesting statistics. And if it says they're performing exactly the same, then I would stop running it and I would change the variation. I would stay with the original, but I would change the variation. So let's say that I was doing 2 different titles, and title A was the original, title B was the variation. It was telling me there's no difference, then I would try a different title. You have nothing to lose. If your video is not performing as well as you want it to, it's got nowhere to go but up. So I figure keep messing around with it until you get something that works, or alternatively, decide that this one is just not one of the winners for your channel. You've given it your all. Let's move on and make something new. So I don't want to spend all of my creative energy trying to work old videos that maybe were not all that great because I was new and I didn't know what I was doing. And maybe my audio wasn't that great on that particular video. Maybe I forgot to turn my microphone on. I did one. Remember those like horseshoe shaped earbud thingies that were popular like 5 years ago? It hung around your neck. It was shaped like a horseshoe, and then the earbuds would dangle down and you would stick them in. I used that as a microphone once to make a video, and I forgot to turn it on. I forgot to connect it to my phone. So my entire video, the audio is horrible because I didn't have the microphone turned on. And even if I had, it was earbuds. It was not a great quality microphone. That video, people just like tear me apart in the comments, telling me how awful the audio is. And I know it. I have no excuse. Like, I can't say, oh, no, you misunderstand. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It was really bad audio. Sorry. Forgot to turn the microphone on. Is it worth my time to try to fix that video? I can't fix the audio. It's already done. It's already uploaded to the channel. Is it worth trying to get a better title or a better click-through rate? No, because once they click on it, they're going to be like, the audio on this video sucks, and they're going to leave because it was so annoying. I don't want to spend all of my time and effort trying to fix something that just can't be fixed at this point. But then I would know going forward for the next batch of videos, okay, I'm going to work on a title. Before I even hit record, I'm going to come up with 15 different titles for this video. And I'm going to narrow it down to my top 2. And then out of my top 2, maybe I'll ask a couple people which one they think is the best. And then when I've decided this is the one I'm going with, now I will record the video. And then I will use those top 2 titles as my split test. That's something I would try. Yeah. Who was the illustrator of the super video boss agent on your wall? Oh, this one right here. Isn't that so great? So he is a past client of mine. His name is Robert Castillo. And if you have never heard this story before, I'm going to tell you because it was awesome. So Robert reached out to me, gosh, it must have been in 2019, 2020. No, it was before COVID. It must have been 2019. And he said, I am a professional illustrator. I have done tons of work in Hollywood. I do storyboards and all this kind of stuff for Marvel Studios. Like, this guy was a big deal. And he was interviewing for a position at the Savannah College of Art and Design. He said, I currently live outside of New York City right now. I am, I think he was roughly 50 at the time, and said, I've never owned a home before. It is so expensive in the greater New York area that I've never bought a house before. So if we take this job in Savannah and I move down there, I want to buy a house. So I met with him when he came to town, and I said, okay, you're a first-time buyer. You're older than the typical first-time buyer that I work with, but I'm going to give you the same list of instructions that I would give to a 23-year-old first-time buyer. And I told him and his wife everything that he needed to do. They saved up their money. He improved his credit score, all of the things. After maybe a year and a half, he said, okay, I'm ready to buy a house. And then that's what he gave me at the closing. So he drew this illustration of me as super agent, as like a superhero. And it says, Karen, thank you for everything. You truly are our hero. And it just like makes me want to cry every time I look at it. He is amazing. In fact, I had a conference in Florida a couple of months ago, and he was one of our speakers. I asked him if he would come and talk to us about how do you storyboard out a video, because that's one of the things I find the hardest is I know what I want to make my video about, but how do I craft a good story so that it will keep people watching as long as possible? But this just goes to show you this is the type of client you get from YouTube. They watch your videos. They feel like they know you already. They like you, and so they keep watching your videos, and then they start to trust you. So when he said, I'm ready to buy a house, I was the only person that he called. He didn't say, I'm interviewing 3 different agents, and I'm going to go with the person that will kick back 20% of their commission to me so that I can use that for my closing costs. That did not happen. The people that call you because they watch your YouTube videos have pretty much already decided to use you as their agent. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, thank you for asking about that piece of art. I'm very proud of that one. I love it. It's one of my most prized possessions. All right, let's move on to tool number 3. Tool number 3 is Veed. Now, this is one that I just recently discovered. They reached out to me a couple of months ago and asked if I would test out their product, and they would give it to me for free in exchange of doing a review for them. And then we decided to do a partnership together. I've been very impressed with Veed. It's not perfect, but let me show you what it is and why I like it. So Veed is a web-based video editing program. It has all of the typical video editing features that you would expect, right? I can trim the beginning off, I can trim the end off, I can make cuts in the middle, I can add music, I can add sound effects, I can add B-roll, I can do all of the things. And it's all hosted entirely on their website, so I don't have to download software to my computer. We do everything on Veed's website. I find that it's great for short form content, But when I try to edit something that's a little more elaborate, that requires a little bit more lines, like the A roll and the B roll, and then a text, and then a graphic, and then a this, and then a that, it gets a little less easy to work with on their website. But we've been using it for our YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, and I am loving it for that. One of the things I like the most is that as soon as I upload it, I just click on subtitles and it says, do you want us to automatically generate the subtitles? And you say, yes, please. So it's going to put the subtitles on there for you. You can go through, obviously, make sure that everything is spelled correctly, that it has the correct punctuation. You can change the color of the text, the font, how big is it going to be? Do you want each individual word to be highlighted? You get to decide all of those things. So that is really great. When I upload a long video to YouTube, I don't ever put the captions on it. But if I do a YouTube short or an Instagram reel or a TikTok, I always have the captions on it. And I do not want to be manually typing the captions to try to sync with as I'm saying it. I have no patience for that whatsoever. And my social media manager, who's doing that for me, she has no patience for it either. So we want it to get done automatically. And we're willing to proofread and spell check, but that's about it. I don't want to be doing any more than that. So I really like that feature. Then they have a teleprompter. So let's say that you are one of those people that you say, I've got to read from a teleprompter. I do not like to wing it. I go off on a tangent. It's like squirrel. I forget what I was talking about. I need my script in front of me at all times. Totally get it. So you write out your whole script. You open up Veed, you open the teleprompter. And I did this and I didn't even type it. I just dictated it. So on my computer, if I hit the control button twice in a row, it pops up a little microphone on my computer and I just start talking. So I said, this is my script. I'm going to read from the teleprompter while I record this video and do everything inside of Veed. For whatever reason, it does not know how to transcribe the word Veed and it said David. I can dictate my entire script on the Veed platform. I don't have to write it in Word or Google Docs and then copy and paste. And then when I wanted to record my video, I can record it directly into Veed as well. This is awesome if you like to record at your computer. You can also do it in your phone, but if you like to record at your computer because you're more in control of the lighting and the sound and all of those things, plus now I've got the teleprompter right in front of me, I just hit record, I start the teleprompter, I read my whole script, record the whole video. When I'm done, I hit stop. Boom, it's saved inside Veed. I don't have to save it on my phone and then airdrop it over to my computer or plug it in or upload it to Google Drive and then download it to the Veed platform. I don't have to do any of that because I recorded it directly into Veed. But here is the thing that blew my mind. How many of you guys read from a teleprompter and when you do and you watch it back, you're not making eye contact with the camera lens? I mean, it's really hard, right? You're reading on your phone, you're trying to read the teleprompter words as it's scrolling by, but you're not looking at the camera lens, you're looking at the words. Or you record on your phone, you're not using a teleprompter app at all, but you find that instead of like, here's my phone, right? This is where the camera lens is, but this is where we look. We tend to look at our face on the screen instead of looking here where the camera lens is. How many of you do that as well? It's so normal. It's such a habit. Like you're looking at your face on the screen to make sure that your head's not getting cut off or that, it still looks good, that you're looking in the right place. But then when you play the video back, you're kind of like looking off to the side. You're not making eye contact with the viewer. And it's very annoying. And it's super uncomfortable for the viewer. So they're watching your video and they're like, yoo-hoo, over here, be looking at me, please. Don't be looking somewhere else. And your video will not perform well. If you are not making eye contact with the viewer, that video is just not going to do well because you need to be looking at the viewer as you are recording. So here's the thing that's so cool about Veed. They have figured out how to use AI to fix where your eyes are looking. I don't even understand how this could possibly work, but it works. So I recorded an entire video where I was looking at my camera, my face on my phone. I was holding my phone vertically. I recorded my entire Instagram reel looking at my face on the screen, not looking at the camera lens. And I did it on purpose. I uploaded it to Veed. Then you highlight the A-roll on your timeline, and there's a thing that says eye contact, and you either turn it on or turn it off. And when you turn it on, it changes where your eyes are looking. So in the big screen grab I have on my screen here, you can see that my eyes are kind of looking down. I was not looking at the camera lens. I was looking below it. I was looking at my face on the screen. And on the right, it shows what it looks like after Veed's AI has fixed it. You can't tell. It doesn't look weird. It doesn't look like I've inserted googly eyes here. It looks real. And when I played that video back, it blew my mind. It was like, are you freaking kidding me that actually changed? Now, it can't change where your head is looking. So if you were looking like this, it's not going to turn your chin. And if you're looking down, it's not going to raise your chin. But if all you were doing was looking down like this, you could seriously record your entire video reading from the teleprompter. As long as your chin was up, you could read your entire script, do your whole video, upload it to Veed, and it will literally raise your eyes so that you are looking at the camera. Totally amazing. Blew my mind when I found that out. So when they asked me if I would check out their software and give it a shot, and I found out you could do that, I was like, are you kidding? Everyone in my community where I get on their case for not looking at the camera lens, this is going to fix that. And now you don't have to worry about perfecting your skill at reading from a teleprompter and still making eye contact with the camera lens. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You just read the teleprompter. It doesn't matter where you're looking, and Veed will fix it for you afterwards. Crazy, right? So if you want to give Veed a shot, it's just Veed.io. Veed.io. I guess it's probably like video. So if you want to give them a shot, please give it a test if this is a problem that you currently run into. And even if all you wanted to do was auto captions for your shorts or filming directly into the video editor so that you don't have to worry about film it and then transfer it and upload it and sharing it and all of the things, because you know how large file sizes are, right? If I record a YouTube short on my phone and then I text it to my social media manager to take care of editing, sometimes it's like, sorry, that file was just way too big. It's not happening. So then how do I get it to her? I can't really email it because it was too big. So I have to upload it to Google Drive and then send her the link, and then she downloads it. If you just put it right into Veed from the beginning, then that completely gets rid of that problem. This would also be great if you have an editor who's in another country or another time zone. They're not, down the street from you. You've got somebody in the Philippines who's editing for you. I will record the video. It's in Veed already, and then give them access to it so that they can edit it inside your account for you. No more sending files back and forth. I think that would be great. Who struggles with looking at the camera lens? I know, it is so cool. I love it. Good. I'm glad you're going to try that. Yeah, I know that making eye contact with camera lens is definitely an ongoing struggle for a lot of people. And it takes a long time to learn how to read from a teleprompter and have it look natural and sound natural. Because sometimes it's kind of like, hello, I am Karen, and I am going to teach you today why it is amazing to blah, 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 blah. And it sounds so stiff and unnatural. And it's because you're reading from the teleprompter. It's a skill to learn how to do that and not have it sound very stiff and forced and unnatural. So if you just want to read from the teleprompter and not worry about having to deliver it and fix where your eyes are looking and all of the other stuff, one less thing to worry about. All right, my last tool that I love is called Video.ai. This is another AI tool that will allow you to create short form content without recording short form content. Oh, this is when I discovered this one, it was like, thank you to whoever invented this program. So what I do is I have my account with Video.ai, and you can create an account for free. You go over to your YouTube channel where you already have a video on the channel, and it is a long form horizontal video. So I went over to my George Goes Homes channel. I copied a link. I come over to Video.ai. I paste it in here, and it will say, great, we're going to create some short form content out of this longer piece of content. Let's say that your video was 10 minutes long. It's going to chop it up and make a whole bunch of short form videos out of it without you having to do anything. It's pretty amazing. Then it sends you an email. It says, okay, we're done. Go check it out. So when you click on the link in the email, or you just refresh your page in Video.ai, this one said, we have made, I think it was like 8 different clips for me. So you would say, okay, the first one is 7 reasons to move to Georgia. I'm going to click on that. Let's see what they chose. And I'm going to work with that one. So it automatically transcribes the entire thing. It automatically makes the captions. Again, you have to proofread and spell check, but let's assume it's fine. It has all of these pre-done templates for you, so you can choose the style of the captions and the color scheme. And are you going to have a logo in the top? And are you going to have your Instagram handle at the bottom? You choose all of those things ahead of time. It makes them all for you. And then all you have to do is export and upload. So if it will make 7 or 8 or 10 shorts for me, and all I had to do was just make sure that the captions were spelled correctly, I don't have to do any editing. It did it already for me. All I do is export and then upload to that platform. If you want to start making YouTube shorts, but you just haven't figured out how to add that as an additional thing to be doing because you're already so busy, this is a wonderful way to start repurposing content very, very, very easily. Normally, you would hire an assistant, right? You'd hire an editor, you'd hire a virtual assistant. They would go to your existing videos. They would chop them all up. They would put the captions on. They would add some music. They would have to do whatever editing they're going to do. And let's say that you're paying that person, I don't know, $10 or $20 an hour. It's going to cost you some money to make all of these shorts out of your existing long content that's already on the channel. Now you can do it 100% for free. Or you could have it make the shorts for you and then just ask your editor to go through. You make sure everything is spelled correctly. You make sure that the color scheme looks good and that the text is not right in the middle of my face. And maybe now they only have to spend an hour doing that instead of 6 hours doing that. This is a wonderful, wonderful tool that will allow you to start making some short form content if you want to, but you just haven't been able to find the time to get it done. So Video.ai, VIDYO.ai, if you want to check that one out. And if you are a real estate agent or loan professional, or a title and escrow officer, or even an interior decorator or a home stager, and you want to start using YouTube to get more business, I am doing a 5-day boot camp that starts on Monday, August 14th. So 5 days from now. If you would like to come, I would love to invite you to attend. It's called the Video Boss Boot Camp. And if you go to videobossagent.com/bootcamp, you can get all of the details. I go live each day for 5 days. I go at noon Eastern time, so you'll have to figure out what the time difference is where you live. But there will be replays every day. So if you can't attend live, you can always watch the replay. We will give you access to the replays for 12 months after it's over. So if you go through the whole boot camp and then 6 months from now, you want a refresher, you could go do it again if you wanted to. We'll give you those replays for a 12-month period. And we're going to help you take that YouTube channel of yours and turn it into an asset that will actually bring you business. There's no point in making all of this content for social media or YouTube or your blog if it doesn't lead to business, right? I don't do it just because I like being creative. I do like being creative, but that's not my goal. I'm doing it because I want it to bring me business. I want it to bring me paying clients. And if that's where you are and it's not happening for you yet, I would love to invite you to join the bootcamp. So check out videobossagent.com/bootcamp. And I will see you next Monday. And with that, Go make a video, everybody, because friends don't let friends cold call. Thanks. Hope to see you next week at the boot camp.